Hi, this is Mo Holtzman, and welcome to the 1v1 Sports Talk Show. These are my co-hosts, Callahan Hall and Jeff Dorsey. First, we're going to be talking about a move that was made in the NHL recently. A player has just recently signed with Toronto. What are your thoughts?
I think that Patrick Marleau, I don't think it was the best move by Toronto because Patrick Marleau, most of his career has been with the Sharks, and so I think his peak has already ended. He's been in the NHL too long. He's already 37 years old. I mean, he's used most of his best seasons with the Sharks. I don't think it's the best move by the by the Maple Leafs.
I do think that this was a good trade, as the Toronto Maple Leafs are a young team and they need an old veteran in order to be more of like a captain-like figure. So I think it was a good trade on the Maple Leafs' part to get him.
But Marleau's stats have been decreasing almost every year, in my opinion, because if you look at them, his goals, his points, almost every single category is slowly, gradually going down over the years.
I'm not sure that they got him because of his stats. I'm sure they got him as a leader, a veteran in the league, because Toronto doesn't have a lot of those. They have a lot of young players.
So you think Marleau's going to coach their young rookie?
I think they need leadership, and I think that's why they got Marleau for leadership.
All right.
All right, so let's move on. Kyrie Irving has requested a trade from the Cleveland Cavaliers after winning a championship and going to 3 straight finals there. Is it a selfish move?
I do think that it was a selfish move by Kyrie. You're on a championship team. You can win more championships. You've already won one, but you've been to it for 3 years in a row. That's pretty good. And he's playing alongside one of the best players in the NBA. I don't get why he wouldn't want to leave. I guess he wants to be the leader of a team, but I think that's pretty selfish.
I agree with Cal. I think that leaving is a very selfish move. I feel that he's on a championship team right now, and it's a very selfish move for him to want to leave just so that he can be the LeBron James of a team, because he's been in LeBron's shadow for the past few years that LeBron have been on the Cavaliers, and so I think it's a selfish move as he's on a championship team, and he shouldn't be caring about stats.
I just think it's kind of annoying. Kyrie, he's a really good player, probably one of the best at his position. And he's on a really good team, a team that can most likely go to the finals again. But I just don't know why he'd want to leave Cleveland. It's just pretty selfish to me, wanting to be the leader of the team, get higher stats. I think it's kind of selfish.
All right, let's move on to baseball. There's been a lot of talk recently in the last years, really, about whether players who've taken steroids should be inducted to the Hall of Fame. What do you think? Should we just write them off altogether? Do we got to put them in?
I think we should put them in because they're memorable moments and they put up crazy numbers. You can't just forget that whole history of baseball. They may have cheated, but some of them even might have had Hall of Fame careers without even using steroids.
I disagree with you. I feel that anyone who used steroids should automatically not be eligible for being in the Hall of Fame. I feel they cheated. It's plain and simple that they cheated. And you'd never know. Some of them use steroids for most of their career, and you never know whether or not they could have been any worse without the steroids, and that they were only good because they were on steroids. So I don't think any of them should.
Some of them have already had a couple of seasons in the MLB and then taken steroids, and their stats have increased, and that's why they're really good players. But
Exactly. So they've taken the steroids and have gotten better, which is why they're considerable for the Hall of Fame, is because they used the steroids and they got better.
But for their first couple of seasons, they were still going to have Hall of Fame careers. You don't think that matters?
No, he's still cheated. Cheated to try to get better.
Do you think there should be a separate part of the Hall of Fame for just steroid users?
No, there shouldn't.
I don't really agree with you on that because they're some of the most amazing players in baseball, like Barry Bonds, all the home runs he hit. I don't think you can just forget all those parts of history.
No, but some of those home runs that he hit, he was using steroids while he was doing all those things.
Exactly.
All right, we're gonna wrap this up. Does anyone have one last point they want to make?
I don't think so.
I don't think so anymore.
All right, this has been the one-on-one talk show. Thank you. Good night.